Sports Podcast. We are your hosts. This is Nicole.
And Armani here.
And this week we have a special guest with us. We have Dexter's in the house. How's it going?
Hi, good people. How are you?
This week's episode, we are going to discuss PlayStation's PS5 game reveals. That just happened a few days ago, so it's still fresh on everyone's mind. Let's just jump right into it. Off the bat, it was an hour. Okay, so actually backtracking. Microsoft, if you want to recap the Microsoft event, if you go back to our last episode, the There Will Be Spoilers, episode 26, where we discussed Den of Thieves, the first half, and the second half was Microsoft. You can get caught up on what happened during that. But this one was over an hour long.
25 games revealed.
25 games. That was a lot of freaking games. So let's just go over them in order that they were announced. So first up, Miles Morales. I was excited.
I was definitely excited. I didn't think he was going to be getting his own video game. I saw that, we played Spider-Man last year, and of course they had Miles a part of the game, but I didn't expect him to get his own game.
I figured, okay, so I'm glad you said that, because that was the thing coming out of it. I assumed we would get DLC for Spider-Man, and that would just be like an add-on, kind of like the City That Never Sleeps stuff, but Insomniac has confirmed that this is a standalone game.
That's dope.
So now the question is going to be, granted, we don't know how long Insomniac's been working on this, so is it going to be one of those $39.99 games that's just a few hours of gameplay with future DLC maybe to come? Because, like you just said, Spider-Man is only, 2 years old now? It'll be 2 years old this fall? So, it's 2 years. Although I would assume that they probably started working on this towards the end of working on Spider-Man. I don't think this was something that, they did Spider-Man, stopped, and did this. There had to be some overlap in the working on this. This had to be in the work for a while, is what I'm going to assume. But either way.
You're saying 2 hours is too short of a time period for them to not have a whole new game?
You mean 2 years? Yeah,
2
no.
years, rather, yeah.
Fuck no, that's not enough time. For a whole
Respect.
game? Nah. Again, not to the depth of which Spider-Man was. So this is like Far Cry 5 versus Armani. What the hell was the...
Oh, yeah. I was just about to say Fallout 74?
No.
Oh.
Far Cry 5 came out, and then they came out with that little sequel with the two chicks, the two sisters.
Oh, New Blood. No, that's Wolfenstein. No. It's Wolfenstein.
Or actually, no, that works too. So Wolfenstein versus Wolfenstein Youngbloods, that was a short play. It wasn't a full, either way, fuck it. I'm here for it. It doesn't matter. That has a holiday 2020 release date on it. So that will be out this holiday. Next up was Gran Turismo 7, which was listed as a driving simulator. Does anyone care about Gran Turismo? Okay, I won't say does anyone care, but...
Is anyone looking forward to playing it? No, I can't say I'm too excited for Gran Turismo.
Dexter?
No, they have. I've lost the lackluster. I've lost all my.
Is it just Gran Turismo?
It's not fun anymore. It's not fun. It's almost not fun to play driving. Period. That one definitely is not fun.
So it's listed as an actual driving simulator, and if you look at the details in the game, it looks like it could be cool if you're into cars. But...
It's always been a driving.
Okay.
It's always been this, and I don't know. I know some people are excited for it. I'm sure, all of the PlayStation fans, as many grown men fans and people that, aren't men that like racing as well. I'm sure there's plenty of them that want that game back because it kind of like Forza dominating. They've been coming out with games every couple at least. So I can understand somebody wanting a Gran Turismo, even we don't quite.
Yeah, Forza has been owning the race car space for a while. It's an amazing game. Can't deny that. All right, up next was Ratchet & Clank: A Rift Apart.
Hey.
Which is why, so Insomniac, another Insomniac game, that team has been doing a lot the last couple weeks. Shout out to them. Ratchet & Clank. It looked amazing. It looked really good. I honestly did not play the previous Ratchet & Clank games. Not even going to say I did. I didn't.
I've never played one in my life. It just looks great.
Yeah, I was excited because I'd finally get a chance to play a Ratchet & Clank game.
Yeah, it's a little bit before your time then, I guess, huh, Armani?
Yeah, that was a little bit right before Jack and Daxter.
Yeah. Now, one of the things, the big takeaway from this clip or this trailer for Ratchet & Clank is the load screen times. This was actually where the PS5 demonstrated the load times, which was a big deal, almost talked about a year ago, about how it would only take 3 seconds for screens to load from one thing to another. So in this game, where he's going from world to world, that is said to be the actual like load time. And I went back and watched it and I counted, and it literally 3-second load time in this game.
Impressive.
It's really fucking impressive. I'm again taking it back to Spider-Man, like what that's gonna look like for just loading between. Although there was, I believe, a PS5 demo of, I think there was a Spider-Man was played on the PS5, and it showed some of that. But anyway.
Oh,
yeah,
so like the segments where he's on. Oh.
Huh?
No, go ahead.
I was saying, so you're speaking like the segments where he's on the train riding between city from city?
Yes. So they would cut out the train rides, just the swinging in between, I think would flow a lot better. Although, did you play Spider-Man on the Slim or only on the Pro?
On the Slim.
How did it play versus Pro?
It played well. I can't say I played on the Pro, though.
All right, well, popping this bag open. So Miles is a PS5. Oh, okay, so the Miles Morales thing is a PS5 exclusive. That will not be on the PS4. So you will have to get a 5 in order to play Miles, which is probably genius because all those Spider-Man fans who are invested in this, now you got to get a 5. What they probably were anyway. But so Miles is a 5 exclusive. Gran Turismo, a 5 exclusive. Ratchet and Clank, I believe, is a 5 exclusive as well. I.e. will not be on the 4.
Cool.
Ratchet and Clank was not said whether or not it was going to be on the 4 or not. So that could be on both. I doubt it though. But to be determined on the release date. Next up was a Square Enix Project Athia. Very short little stint of it, but I thought it was dope because it looked. One, it was a female-led game, so there's a few of those dotted in here. But someone said it was a black female. I don't know if she looked black to me.
Yeah, but it's kind of hard to tell with video game coloring nowadays.
Did she look black to you, Dexter, at all?
They're sneaky and they do it on purpose. I think they're sneaky and do it on purpose.
Yeah, see, I couldn't tell. Somebody said that, and I was just like, yeah. I mean, it's definitely not natural.
Sneak
like
it through
hair.
a little bit. Put a little twinge on there, those little cross between the apricot crayon and a brown crayon.
Sprinkle some racial ambiguity in there.
Right. I mean, the game looked good. It looks dope though. I mean, I definitely will play this one. Like, I'm playing this for sure. It looks good.
That one looked dope.
What did you say?
Aesthetically, it's really.
Yeah. This one is a PS5 exclusive. With the to be determined date. Next up was Stray from Annapurna Interactive.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to play as a cat?
I'm definitely here for it. The cat lady in me is ready for this game.
That's all I've asked for. Your game. You've been like a cat game and Skate 4. Like that's.
Yeah, pretty much.
All you wanted. Dexter, you want to play as a cat?
No. However, it looks cool though. It looks cool. Like, where are they at?
Some futuristic ass city. That's probably what it was. It looked like it could have passed.
It was all beautiful. Like, it was impressive as well. That was another impressive. No, I don't really want to play as a cat. However, I would like to watch one of you guys play.
That'll happen. I'm sure that's gonna happen. That one has a 2021 release date. That's one of those games. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm gonna play it for a solid 45 minutes to an hour, figure out what's going on. I'm gonna put it down and never pick it up again, probably. But that's like a quarter of my backlog right now. So yeah. Okay. Returnal was the next game that was announced. That is a PS5 exclusive.
Mm-hmm. We got more sci-fi games coming out.
This looked like, I don't want to compare it to anything else, but it gave me Death Stranding vibes.
Because they got the helmet, the outfits.
It was in space. There was weird shit going on. Oh, Death Stranding in space. There you go. I don't know how I feel about it. Yeah, right. I don't know how I felt about it. Like, it looks okay, but I haven't finished Control.
It kind of gave me Alien vibes, but I played the other Alien games and they weren't that fun. So I'm hoping this goes in a different direction. But that's what it's giving me. It's giving me Alien vibes.
Outside of Dead Space, I can't say I've cared for any game in space.
I can even make it through Dead Space.
Shit's scary. So
I don't want to be the negative guy. So I'm just...
No, please, no. Someone needs to be. I can't be. So we know why I can't say, dissenting things on these topics. So please, what did you think of Return?
You just said never like this game, and I'm thinking the same. Like, yeah, I don't think I've ever a space game whatsoever. So like, my question is always who asked me, and I know there's someone out there that asks. I try not to add it. However, it's hard for me to actually care, especially when they don't show you much. They show you a lot of cuts. It looks like a movie. and that's a movie that I probably would watch once, and then I wouldn't watch it. Like,
Fact. Very valid point. And it has a to be determined date. Honestly, I don't see this coming out before 2022. This will be a 2022 game. If, in my opinion, I think this is something that we've shown, and we'll probably see it for like the next year and a half, and that shit don't come out until like 2022.
So it's gonna be another Detroit Become Human.
That was my game of the year. We're not putting anything on that high of a pedestal. Don't, especially not this. Like, this is not Detroit Become Human. We're not doing that. But a la how we heard about Detroit for years. Yes, I think. But anyway, next up was Sackboy: A Big Adventure. This looked awesome.
I'm here excited
for it. It's a return to couch co-op gaming, family-friendly couch co-op gaming. It has up to four players. It said up to 4 players. It didn't really specify if those 4 players were couch co-op or not. I'm just going to assume they are. If I'm wrong, I'll be wrong later. But that's pretty fucking awesome. It looks like a really fun game.
Yeah, I really missed the Little Big Planet franchise. I feel like that was one of the first few games I actually wanted to play with somebody else.
Okay. Dexter, what do you think about it?
I loved it. It looks great. Customizable. It looked great.
Hey, look, we got our team of 3 already.
It looks really great. And, you know, the best part about it, you know, I heard them say something when I was watching the afterward, the PlayStation guys, somebody was saying a Mario killer. And I was like, I don't know if it's a Mario. However, good to space where the kids can actually play something that feels like Mario or feels, you know, newer, you know, something that's animated for them that has a big world like that. Because, you know, the Little Big Planets and all of those type of games, like they don't come out a lot, you know, not good ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and let's be honest, Nintendo has held this space when it comes to these type of games. Yeah. Like you just said with Mario, Yoshi's Crafted World came to mind when I was watching this. I love that game personally because there's a lot to it. And outside of Lego, it's like that's it in the Lego games. So yeah, it definitely opens up some doors. To be determined as well. Next up was Destruction All Stars. It looks like Fortnite with cars.
Pretty much. I think that's what it was, like a battle royale with trucks.
Yeah.
Like Rocket League.
I was about to say, it gave you Rocket, because like I always say Rocket League
like
is
Rocket League,
soccer with cars.
Rocket.
I've heard other Twisted Metal references as well. Yeah, that's what that looks like. Again, someone asked for it.
Man, can they give me a Road Rash? I'll be able to keep going.
Wait, which game? Which game?
Road Rash.
Huh.
Do you remember?
No.
It came out before, but it was a motorcycle used to have chain and bat and sounds barbaric when I say it. However, it was dope.
Huh. You know what? We should have did that. So as we'll go towards the end, we'll talk about games that didn't get announced that we would fuck. We did not do this in order. The first thing that was talked about was GTA 5. How did we?
Because no one needs to talk about GTA 5.
No, we got to backtrack because Rockstar opening up this event with Rockstar and getting everyone excited thinking they were going to see GTA 6 and it was not. And it was just 5 expanded and enhanced.
That was their way of telling everybody to shut up. Like, it's not coming. We're going to nip this right now.
You know what? That placement, that timing placement said that. Like, that's how I felt about the early on placement.
Yeah, when they said it at the beginning, it was like, yeah, be quiet before you even start to talk. Or, like, they didn't want to put it so that you weren't waiting for, I guess, disappointment. Because some people were really disappointed. I wasn't really disappointed. I knew they were coming out.
I think most realistic gamers also knew that they weren't coming out with the new, because Rockstar said it. We're not working on GTA 6 right now. Now, I thought we would get Bully 2 is what I thought was coming, would possibly be announced. But then I saw somewhere someone mentioned that it was being worked on, but it got canceled. So I don't know if it's actually been canceled or if it's just on the low right now. So
yeah, Grand Theft Auto with great. Keep counting. Like this 3-second loading screen thing. Imagine Grand Theft with that. That's what you buy.
Truthfully, that's a very valid point. Like that's gonna be a thing. So, but it has a 2021 release date. And every month up until release, PlayStation players will get $1 million in cash, $1 million in GTA cash every month up until
that. Is that a lot?
It's $1 million. What do you mean? I don't know. Dexter's $1 million a lot in GTA?
Yeah, for free it is. Yeah. And I mean, especially if you're not playing, like it's not a lot if you're gonna go, because the things that come out now are about dollars at least. Like if something comes out, it's before $1 million. So like I'm talking about a car, or some sort of vehicle. Mm-hmm. They're usually about that much. So $1 million is not a lot of money. However, getting it for free, yeah, that's a lot.
Okay. I honestly don't even know if I have a GTA game started under my login, but I'm tempted to now just to kind of bank that money and see what I can do with it. So I might just start up a GTA
account.
Yeah, just stack some cash and then sell some shit later. But anyway, all right, where were we at? Destruction All Stars, Kena, Bridge of Spirits. It looked really cute. It gave me I don't know. It's I see the place for this. I know who's gonna play this game. Like I know the people. I know the other games that people have played that are going to play this. Looked good. Pixar fans, people who played I just bought that game. The Last Guardian. This is like the Last Guardian players will play this. Shadow of Colossus players might play this.
Oh, that's where I was going with it.
Yeah.
Remind me of.
So I think once you watch it and you see what she's doing, like when she like knocked out a little tree or enemy or something like that, and those little black balls came out, little black furry things came out of it.
Little Furbies.
Yeah, little Furbies. There you go. I didn't like. So clearly she's going around, and those are the spirits that she's rescuing. So cute game.
The villain is creepy.
Yeah, that looked.
The villain was creepy. She was like Magic Tomb Raider, the Furby, and I was like, okay, wait. And then he came out, and I was like, So she's like not scared of anything. She's got to face this devil. It was interesting. I liked it. I probably wouldn't play it. However,
again,
you're really good.
Okay, so goodbye Volcano High. Thoughts?
Oh, we get a dinosaur game.
Were they dinosaurs?
I believe so.
Degrassi. Yes, it was a dinosaur game. It was.
Did you say Dinosaur Degrassi?
Yeah, you remember like Dinosaurs, the show? Just announced that they're about to put that on Disney Plus. Like, it's like them. It's high school.
Okay. The music
They
in
said,
the trailer.
they made some game called Gnog, Gnog. It's some puzzle music game.
Okay.
And they also made something called Winding Worlds or something. I don't know. I tried to do my research as to what, like, because they didn't even show you much of the gameplay on there. So I was like, okay, let me see what else they did. And then it was like, okay, I don't know what to look forward to. I just know it's Dinosaur. That's
what we're going to call this from now on. Until the music was very like that lo-fi playlist that you can find on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Is the feels that the art and the music were giving me. To be determined. Oddworld Soulstorm. So this was a big one. There was like excitement around Oddworld. I did not previously engage with any of the previous Oddworld stuff. I seen like stuff kind of on the fringe of it, so I get it. I'm probably gonna play this. I will probably play Oddworld.
You said you will?
I will. This one I'm gonna play. For sure.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of interesting. Like the perspective, like the orientation of like all the levels. They had like different views instead of it being like traditional 2D or 3D mixture of the two. Like you never know if you're going down or back or right. It was like 2D, 3D. It's like 2.5D.
It was pretty immersive. And it seems like the story is gonna be those little creatures freeing themselves. Like when he was cutting his lips apart, like opening his mouth and stuff like that. So, Armani, are you familiar with Oddworld at all? The previous stuff?
No, I didn't see the stuff that was coming out earlier about it, but it kind of reminded me of a lot more detailed Inside. That's kind of what it was giving me.
Okay.
Because I believe it was either Inside or Limbo was the one. Oh, yeah. So it's like the Inside, Limbo, and I forgot what the one with the little girl with the raincoat on was. But it reminds me of that.
Okay. All right. Well, that one is a 2020 release. Ghostwire Tokyo. First person.
No gun.
There was a lot going on in first person. I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. Like, I'm not, if I need to have options.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of first person games. It's not a perspective I like to play in.
Especially if you don't have a gun. Like you're using your hands. It was like magic. He's like bolts out of his hands. Like I didn't like it at all. However, it looked like it was fun at first. I liked the whole game like that.
Exactly.
It kind of looks like something that'd be on VR. Like that spy game, Blood and Fire, I think.
Blood and Truth?
Blood and Truth. Okay. All right. I just watched Game of Thrones. So.
Why were you watching Game of Thrones?
Because why not?
What were you watching? Like what season?
I rewatched the last season of Game of Thrones.
Because
so we were supposed to talk about it.
All right. We're not gonna go that far off track, right? Jet the Far Shore. I don't know what the fuck this was. I don't know what's going on here.
I watched it and I too, all I would get was at the end showed like him flying and it kind of looked like Goku flying across the desolate. It was just flying through nothing forever. He looked like he was like flying. That's all I could really what's it called? Jet Far Shore?
And this is a 2020 release. Like this is coming out the end of this year. So I feel like there's been more. Yeah, like what are you doing?
It's supposed to be a space exploration game, but again, like you said, not really here for the space games like that.
Well, okay, I take that back. One space game, what was the one that was released and it was hyped up, had a shitty release, they reworked it, took about a year to get it right, and now it's good.
No Man's Land?
Is that No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky. They're okay.
No Man's Sky. Yeah. You were on the right path, Armand. No Man's Sky. Okay, anyway. So one of the first there's been other big games listed on this, but the one game that we've known was going to be a PS5 exclusive for a little while now, Godfall. This is a launch title. I've seen stuff about Godfall for a while, so I want to know what you guys think about Godfall. What did you guys think about what you saw?
I haven't seen anything about Godfall, but personally, I think it's real beautiful. Usually with games like this, you don't see much color to it with these medieval games, which I'd like this direction that's going in.
Dexter, what do you think about what you saw about Godfall?
So, first of all, you said it comes out on launch?
Yeah, that's a launch title.
I swear when I was looking at it, it said it was still in development, so they're not done. And I guess they got time, right? When's launch? October? Probably December. I don't know. They got until December.
Holiday 2020.
Edit. It was like Melee. So this is the Melee. It's a bunch of Melee, and it's like the godlike, but it said it was still in development. So I'm like, okay, what else to it? My thing is, those games, they're fun for a little while, but it's like the same thing. It's like, okay, what are we going to do? We're going to upgrade our Melee attack.
Mm-hmm. Weapons, guns. It's Destiny. Like, it's coming for Gearbox is coming for Bungie and Destiny with this game. Yeah, because Destiny was guns, so it was all about like your guns that you were upgrading, you were getting. So it was gun kata in space, open world, multiplayer game. That was the big thing with Destiny. It was online multiplayer, so you can team up with like a bunch of people. You could drop in and just strangers would be on the planet, so you could just play. You wouldn't even have to like add a friend. Like you go somewhere and there's just people, so you could link up, or you could play with friends. So this I think is going to be that, but with swords. I don't think there's going to be guns. I think it's going to be the armor and swords. It's what they're going for here. So that is a launch title. That's a PS5 launch title. So next up, Solar Ash.
I'm looking forward to this one. It looks like one of those cute little platform games to where it's like you can put it down for a while and you don't feel bad when you come back, or you're not gonna be too lost when you come back.
Okay, Dexter.
I watched it and said, "What did I just watch?"
Same.
No, it's not. No, it's not a knock. When you watch certain trailers, still don't know what you're gonna really be playing or what you're gonna be doing. It's like, all right, got to see another trailer, or got to see something that's I don't know. Like the reveal is very interesting because some of these games they gave you exactly, and I guess some of them are done, some of them aren't. You kind of see the ones that are done that they have like confidence behind because they showed you a whole lot of Ratchet and Clank. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But certain other ones they didn't. They just kind of show you cutscenes. So it's not that I'm not gonna. I just didn't. I don't know what I watch. What am I watching? Armani, do you know what you're playing?
And like I said, it looks like a puzzle platform type game. Let me see.
Was this the one with the pink lady? Was this the other Annapurna game? Because there was 2 Annapurna games.
There was one with the pink lady. Yeah. This is it.
Okay, that's why. Yeah, not my steez, not my thing. That's what it was. Were you about to look up something about Solar Ash, Armani?
No, I was trying to figure out what game it reminded me of. I was looking at the trailer, but I can't even. It's not coming to mind.
Yeah, that art style. It's pretty, but again, just not in my wheelhouse. Now, what I am excited for, because I've been like the only person that I know who's been playing this shit for the last like 2 years. Hitman 3 is coming out. Yeah, I'm still trying to find anyone to play Hitman 2 with me. So, if someone wants to play Hitman 2 with me, feel free to add me. Hitman 3, January 2021. That has like a legit January time frame. So I'm excited. January, Hitman 2 is amazing.
January release date. It's very
end of the fourth quarter.
So just that little thing to push them over.
Yeah, a little more bread in the fourth quarter. Is what that is. I feel like, I don't know, if someone's Twitter fingers or IMDb fingers are faster than mine and wants to Google when the last Hitman came out. But I feel like that might have been a end of fourth quarter kind of early year release as well. Because, I mean, as good as I feel like Hitman 2 is, evidently a lot of people don't play it. Like, a lot of people just don't fucks with it no more. So you can't put it out against, like, April through May is spoken for. You're not releasing shit on a normal year. We're not talking about a COVID year. But normally April through May is AAA games. And then, October through December, also AAA games.
Mm-hmm. And the last Hitman came out November 9th, 2018.
Oh, God.
Yes, that was like a holiday season game.
Hitman 2 came out in November?
Mm-hmm.
That's why it didn't do good. That's why it was shit.
Why? Because
Call of Duty, 2K, Madden, all come out.
Well, there's your answer right there. There's my answer right there. Actually, because you're right. Because certain things, I was having that conversation with my child. You and I were even having a conversation about how certain titles are getting every year. So, like, it's about $150 designated every Call of Duty, UK, and Madden, depending on who you are. Like, these games come out every single year. These kids gotta have them. So this is no different.
Yeah. So, well, now we know why Hitman 3 is coming out in January, because November was a terrible placement.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Got it. People can take their Christmas money and get it.
Yeah. That's genius thinking. From all the shit you're going to return in January. Astro's Playroom. I am super excited for this one. It's a title that's near and dear to my heart. Astrobot VR is one of my favorite things in the world. And to have it come off of VR so that everyone can play it is going to be amazing. It's such a good game.
Oh, I didn't realize that. So it's going to be strictly console?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there'll probably be VR to it. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not VR also. But this is the fully non-VR version of Astro Playroom, of Astrobot. And his little homies who be doing inappropriate dances on screen.
It's funny, this type of game, I've never played this. However, it seems like it's open world, and not even really open. Like open world, and like I can play. However, it's real people. I probably play a game like this, but I really like this game. This game looks dope. Looks like something. It looks like Mario Galaxy. Like all the games I get have that feel or whatever, because they've kind of started the genre in a couple. So when games go 2D, they look like Mario. It's 3D like this. It looks like Mario. It looks really dope. It looks really cool. I like it. I will play. It's one player, right?
Yes, it is. But there were things in Astrobot that made it co-op. So in the VR, there are some co-op things. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some co-op stuff brought into this at some point. Because that was, again, one of the great things about Astrobot on the VR.
This just in. It's preloaded on PS5.
What? Astro's Playroom is gonna be? Oh my! Tell me some shit I didn't like. That's pretty dope. That makes sense, because Astrobot or the Playroom VR, when you bought a VR, was like on a demo disc, so you got the Playroom suite. That's dope. I like it. All right, so we're gonna take a quick commercial break right here, and then come back and rattle off the rest of these games. This week's episode of House of Blurs podcast is brought to you by
us.
Yeah, it's brought to you by us. And if you would like to help us sustain this here podcast, here's a few ways to do so.
First up is by subscribing to this podcast, rating and leaving a comment on whatever app you're listening to. Second is by sharing a link to this podcast on your social media. If you're on Twitter, make sure to use the hashtag PodIn. That's a now listening hashtag that lets other people know that you're listening, and it's a great way to find other podcasts by creators of color.
If you would like to help us out with a little coin in 2020 to keep this thing going, you can donate via PayPal, and that's House of Blurs on PayPal. We keep it easy. All one word. If you want to check out our Patreon at patreon.com/House of Blurs, there you can choose to donate as little as $1 a month or more. No amount is too small.
And all support is greatly appreciated.
Yes, and again, thanks for listening, and now back to the show. All right, and we're back. So next up, Little Devils Inside.
It looks cute. Looks cute. That's all I got to say about it.
Cool.
It circled back around to the same people who were going to play Kena Bridge of Spirits, probably going to play this. But something about Little Devils Inside, I didn't really catch it during the trailer. Evidently, people who pay way more attention to these things did, because they caught some flack about some of the enemies in the game resembling like indigenous people and or almost wearing, I guess, like blackface.
Ugh.
So the company issued a statement saying they're going to redo those characters. There's
not
like
wrong,
little
looking
enemy
at
guys
this
are
map.
running at them.
Yeah.
So they look like they have probably dreadlocks, and they have like these masks that have like these big red lips on them. So I'm just like, I guess, okay. I mean, at the end of the day, if one person or 10 or 15 people look at it and they feel offended, then it should probably be a conversation. I didn't catch it at first. So it's like, better catch it now than that shit come out in.
Yeah, especially now.
Right. Wow. It looked like Sambo.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Got it. Sorry.
Yeah, that's coming out of there. So Little Devils Inside will have some edits to it at launch. It is a to be determined game. So we'll see what happens. One of the first annual games that will be on the PlayStation 5 is NBA 2K21. So we didn't really need to see anything much of it. I think what they demoed was ray tracing is what we got to see. The sweat, the reflection in the sweat.
Bunch of sweat.
Yeah, there's a detail in the sweat. Like, oh, wow. That's what I took away from that.
That's what I always wanted.
Can somebody fall if the floor is not wiped up? If like the floor court gets sweaty, is someone gonna bust their ass? It's 2K. All right. Next up, Bug Snacks. This was weird. Wiener Hands was interesting. Yay, Bug Snacks.
That was weird. That was weird too. I mean, my thing is, who are they making these games for? Like, sometimes they make these games and you're like, yo, this game looks dope. We know who. However, this one seems like there's Bug Snacks. They didn't seem cute. They look like kind of repulsive. So is this for adults? Kids are not going to want to replay this unless, who's this for? Who's playing this?
You know what? That's a very valid point, because I think we came from a generation where Garbage Pail Kids was cool. So we liked shit like that. But I don't know if this generation of kids plays games like that. It seems like they're either Lego, Ninjago, like kids, or they're all playing GTA and Fortnite. Like, there's not really...
Would we have played, even then, we wouldn't have played a Garbage Pail game?
I mean, I might.
Like, yo, but my thing is just, this is the game with the strawberry running around, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Go ahead, say it.
Upside down strawberry and the walrus looking guy.
Yeah,
and
like, I can't even really see the animal
play more
costume.
of the game.
It's an interesting one. It's definitely an interesting one. I have a thought that I'm going to save till the end, towards the end, after we go through all of the games. Bug Snacks is a 2020 release. I think this will be a small game. Demon Soul was a big one. I don't play any Souls games. They're too hard. I don't like them. I don't do it. Like, I don't like to play shit that makes me want to rage quit. And I know I'm going to be trash at. So, but Souls fans are getting Demon Souls on the 5. Have either of you ever played a Souls game?
Sequel? Yeah, I was going to say these are sequels.
Yeah. Well, the Souls games are like Bloodborne, the Samurai game that won Game of the Year. What's Armani? What was it?
Something with
Sekiro.
a sound. Yeah.
Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. Sekiro. I don't know how you want to pronounce his name. Neo 2. All games that are literally just hard for the sake of being hard.
Nah, I'm right there with you. I don't like playing games that are just gonna upset me.
Neo 2, I can't get past the first fucking boss. Like, he's not even a boss. He's just like there. And I put that game down so fast. One thing, probably the other thing that I'm really excited about off of this was Resident Evil 8 The Village.
Woo-woo.
Yes, Resident Evil.
That looked dope.
And we saw Chris Redfield. So, yeah, we get past characters. Although, I don't know if it was just the angle or whatever. He looked weird, but I'm here for it. That looked fucking amazing. I'm ready to be scared in, like, Ultra HD with no load times. Could you imagine Nemesis with no load times?
No buff.
No buffering. He's dying in all those alleyways. I'm excited.
The buffer sometimes lets you know that you're about to like something to happen.
Yep.
You hear your disc, you hear the disc in the system start to do a thing, and you be like, "Wait, something about to happen," and then it happens, and you're like, "Ha! I knew it." 3-second load times, guys. 3-second load times.
When your pro starts telling it's gonna take off, so you know some shit about to go. About to happen.
That's classic. That's classic.
Yeah, I'm really excited for. I'm gonna this out of everything on this list so far, I will probably spend the most time. No, I'm lying. This will probably be the second most played game for me on this list of games, but it has a 2021 release date, so we won't get this till next year. I'm calling this next October. This will be a fall game. This will be an end of year game for next year, I think. Pragmata 2022 release date. Like, this is the only game on here that says 2022. Why are we even showing this?
Because of how impressive it looks. They're just like, look, we're not playing. That's really all it is.
Okay.
But what else? It wasn't a Capcom. Didn't they show something else?
It is from Capcom.
That's the second thing.
Yeah, I think that's really what it was. It was just Capcom getting too off, letting you know that they got more stuff coming. You know what, Capcom? If you want to give me something, give me Devil May Cry. Give me another Devil May Cry. Tell me that Devil May Cry 5 wasn't the end. That's so terrible. No one else agrees with me on that one. Anywhere in the world, probably. Cool. But yes. You're going to see Dante with like no load times.
Came along, man. Look, no big deal. We've come a long way. I'm trying to tell you, Grand Theft Auto, them load time, that beginning, even if they just change the beginning of how... because how you start the game is silly. I would love just have a just to online or not. It'd be great.
Yeah, and you're supposed to be able to, although I think this was a Series X feature, but you're supposed to be able to, if you stop a game and you switch to another game, be able to jump right back into your game where you left off also rather quickly. It's supposed to be a thing. Let me not.
So like you can go between game and game?
Yes. Like you can jump between games quicker. But I'm gonna have to edit that and check that, because I think that might have been a Series X feature. I think that was something that they talked about, but we'll see. I mean, if they do, I'm sure we do it too. But damn sure not least was Horizon Forbidden West. This was a shock for me. Like, opening with Miles, I was like, oh, this is where we're starting. We're starting here. What the fuck are we going to end with? And then this was the end, and I was not expecting it. I knew it was coming. Everyone knew it was coming, but I didn't think we were going to see that this year. This was huge. A Horizon sequel that looks, and I hate saying stuff looks good because it's 2020. We're on the 7th generation console. Everything's going to look amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
Graphics. Look at the graphics. Like, yo, it's a 20.
That's not even a selling point.
Look at
anymore.
Sonic.
Truthfully, like, there's PS4 games. Like, I was going back to Detroit Become Human, going back and playing that the other night, and like looking at it. That looks better than some things I've seen for the PS5. Like, that looks like it should have been a 5. Ghost of Tsushima, I'm still shocked, is a 4 game. Like, that's a PS4 game. That looks fucking amazing. So the visually, it's not, it's cool. But when you look at the depth of the water, like when Aloy was underwater, first off, Aloy is going underwater. Let's say that one more time. Aloy is going to be underwater fighting fucking monsters. Neither one of y'all have probably played Horizon Zero Dawn, but that's a big fucking deal. But yeah, to see her like underwater. What underwater games have we gotten? Like, who has gone underwater besides Lara Croft, really, in a game?
She went underwater.
Yeah, like the OG Tomb Raider and Lara, like the first Tomb Raider, she went underwater.
Echo the Dolphin.
Yo, first off, that's on the list of games I want to see come back, to be real with you. Echo was my shit. You brought it up trolling.
Wasn't that no, that was it, right?
Yeah, I was about to say Sega. Sega titles are being redone right now, so or being done. Sega's releasing games, so
get their money. Why not?
Exactly. I would play the fuck out of Echo the Dolphin. That's the
last game.
What? Yeah, that's the last one. That's the last one from that was revealed. But yeah, so Horizon. No release date yet. That, honestly, I would not be surprised if that is a 2022 game. That's got to be a 20, because I can pretty safe to say it will be an April release the year it does come out, and I don't see that coming out next April. I could be wrong though, but Yeah, we gonna see. So, anything that was not talked about that y'all would have liked to have seen mentioned, Dexter?
Call of Duty. What do you mean? However, I know Call of shoe in, and they don't have to tout it and really matter. However, what are they going to with the fact that they're coming out with a new system? That's my question. Like, are they going to go for, like, are they making a game right now for the new system, or are they going to make it, so it comes out for PS4, PS5?
Who is up to do the next Call of Duty?
I think it's Trey. I think it's Treyarch. It's the zombie guys that get the zombie.
So I feel like you just said, that one might be a cross-platform. Like, that might release on the 4 and the 5, and I think the next one will be the first, like, full next-gen game.
They're gonna stop making PS4 games probably, or they can't do that, right? How long did they stop with the other
PS3 servers just shut down last year, but they ain't been making PS3 games for a minute. So that's gonna be an interesting thing, because they did say, actually, okay, before I get into that, Armani, was there any games that you wanted to see that you didn't see?
You already know what I'm about to say.
I sure do, but go ahead and say it.
Skate 4. That's it. That's when Rockstar to do something else. I would have been happy with Bully. Now I was upset when you said that Bully was canceled, because I was looking forward to that one too.
So. I could be wrong. It might not be canceled, but...
Well, didn't they talk about Tony Hawk a couple ago?
Yeah, she don't give a shit about that. Did you just hear that sigh?
I'm sorry. I apologize. My bad. She's like, you're sitting and talking about Need for Speed. I'm talking about.
I want. I don't know. I don't know if there was anything. I think I got shit that I wasn't expecting to get that I wanted. So
it's like all your wishes came true.
Yeah, except for SOCOM. But I mean, I know that's going to be a down the line thing. That's like Call of Duty. The next SOCOM will be a next gen game. They're not putting that on both platforms. I also don't think that too many people had the dev kits in their hands long enough to really make a next gen game. Is what the vibes I'm starting to get based on this release list and who got what, like what games are on here. Now, actually, okay, so next gen games, period, that we know we're getting. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Battlefield 6 has a 2021 release date, Chivalry 2, Chorus, Control's already out, that doesn't count, Deathloop. We didn't talk about Deathloop. How did we miss Deathloop? Was that, we sure enough skipped the fuck over Deathloop.
Yeah, I have that written down. Yeah.
So do I. And we skipped it. Deathloop looks amazing. Oh my god, how do we skip the Bethesda game?
Because Bethesda hasn't shown us much lately.
That's right. Deathloop was the other game that definitely looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to play. That was to be determined. Destiny 2 will be supported on next gen. We saw all the DLC coming for the Control the Light stuff, so that's going to be on next gen support. Dirt 5, Dying Light 2, Fortnite, Gods and Monsters.
What'd you say? I couldn't hear you. What was the last thing you said before that?
Fortnite?
Oh, I wasn't sure saying that or not.
Fortnite's going to be there.
They're going to start charging. They can now. Think about that.
I mean, they already charge for everything. They charge for all the fucking dances that they appropriated from black people. Pay us.
They can charge for the initial game now.
That'd be nuts.
They can put all that free stuff out there because they no longer need recruit anymore. They've already got all of our children.
All of them.
Like, they've already got them. And then this pandemic made it so that they're definitely, like, if your kid didn't have a chance to play before because you were so busy, now they got a chance.
And that's all. Especially if you live in an area that's given pass and fail ratings as opposed to actually making kids show up for school. They're just doing Fortnite. Fortnite was gym class.
I have a question. You said, what did we not see? Why are they not talking about the VR? Are you
trying to get me fired?
No.
What VR?
No, when you first of all, when you look at the website and you look up the pre-order, it says it's coming out next month.
What website says that?
Yo, when you look it up, like when you look up how much it costs, that's how you know. You looked up that Iron pack and you're like, oh. Okay, that's how much it costs.
That's the current
what
VR.
You thought I was talking about?
I thought you meant like the next VR.
See, I be giving out secrets without giving out secrets.
You the one out here, like you out here thinking about something that's out. I don't even. No, I'm talking about the release date of Iron and how it comes out in July, and they didn't think about it. I guess because it's a PS4 thing.
It is a PS4 game. The one thing that was confirmed a year ago is that the last generation of VR, the one that released with Blood and Truth and Everybody Golf, the one that does 4K pass-through, will work with the PlayStation 5. So, yes, if you have that one, you're good to go. You don't know which one that is.
I was about to say that too. It better.
It's $300. Like, yeah.
This ain't a remote.
Because I showed my son the Iron Man trailer, and he was like, "Wow, I didn't even know it's coming out." And he was like, "Why don't I know anybody that has it?" And then I looked it up, and then he was like, "Oh, that's why I don't know anybody with it." So yeah, if I buy one, please, I'm gonna need it to work with my next system because I don't want to buy another $300. The system is $300.
Well, you're not wrong.
Like, you can edit all that out if you're gonna get in trouble for that. I'm just telling you. Like, $300.
No. I mean, that was something that Sony put out a year ago. This gen will work with the next one, and it is the one that has the volume in the headset, not on the cord. Easiest way to tell the difference. So yes, Iron Man VR So I guess in history, typically this time of year is E3. This is when we're getting announcements. We're in June. July time frame is usually when pre-orders start. July or August? August. Nah, actually. I don't think last pre-orders for the Xbox One X and the Pro started until August, September. Because it was after Indie was when pre-orders started. So it was a conference that normally happens in like August. Pre-order is not even going to start yet anytime soon, really. Probably not. And they were released in October, the past. So being that we're talking COVID, we're talking shipping and getting shit. Although Xbox has already said Thanksgiving. Like, Xbox said Thanksgiving 2020 for their release date. So they're just coming out in November, which is awfully close to Black Friday. But I guess that's the way world we live in at this point. What is Black Friday going to look like?
I tell you who won't be on sale. Just talking about.
Oh, none of this shit gonna be on sale. None of this shit's going on sale.
The only thing that's gonna be on sale is the one thing that we said we are nothing about. Call of Duty $40. Madden will be $40. 2K will be $40. Everything else.
You'll be able to pick up a really sweet PS4 Pro for the low. I bet that's
those digital games. Do they go on sale?
Yeah, right.
Around this time?
Christmas time, yes. There's typically sales. Right now, you can get half off of a whole bunch of digital games, PlayStation. Up to half off, I think. But yeah, there's going to be digital sales. I think we're going to see a lot more going towards not just digital sales, but we're going to see the companies ramping up their own physical sales. Like PlayStation right now, pretty much the only place you can get a physical PlayStation system is through PlayStation.com. Like, you can order them directly through there. That is like it right now. Xbox, one of the best things that they do is their controller customization. Like, controllers are hard to find right now. But you log into your Xbox, you go into the custom store, you can get your custom made controller, and they're only like $10 more than a regular controller. So like going through them directly is probably going to be more of a thing going forward.
All these sorry to the little retailers. I'm not gonna say their name, but
yeah,
it's gonna be rough.
It is.
It's gonna be real rough for all of them. It's not just them, but it's not. It's obviously not gonna be rough for Wally and everybody else. It's gonna be tough.
I mean, I think seeing what Walmart and Target look like is still gonna be. I mean, I feel like Black Friday and Walmart is going to be ridiculous no matter what's going on. You could say this coronavirus, like, central location, and niggas will still be in there on Black Friday outside in line.
Well, I mean, they're going to get their money. Walmart going regardless. So they'll just ramp up their online sale. Like, they'll just have them in copy online. Like, they'll just make you see the little drive-through things that they've been making. Like, they'll find a way.
Walmart
will find a way. Like, they're not taking no shit. And they've been essential this whole time. They're not hurting.
Facts. Very, very true. Just kind of going down this line of next gen games. Got Madden 21, 2K we talked about, Rainbow Six Quarantine, Rainbow Six Siege will be supported at launch. Of course, there's no way you cannot. The Sims 5 is a next gen game. Yes, The Sims 5 was announced as next gen, and I'm excited about that because that will bring The Sims Online back to us. I'm gonna say right now, I will not have any kind of social life. I'll just be a hermit in the house at that point again. When The Sims 5 comes back, so that's a to be determined. So probably 2022 as well. Vampire: The Masquerade, Bloodlines 2 is a next gen, to be determined. Also looking forward to that. Watchdog Legions is a this gen game, but we have not gotten a release date on it yet. Ubisoft has been partnering with Xbox with that one, so I'm not surprised we didn't see any of it on this. But I still want to know when the hell the game coming out. I need to know. That's one that I'm waiting for. But yeah, overall, couple just tech things. I didn't want to talk tech too much, but with the DualSense controller, that's going to be a big deal in these games in that it has the haptic feedback. So if shit's shaking in the game, it already had the rumble and stuff like that, but it'll be able to sense how hard you're holding your controller. Someone said something about heat at some point in time. That sounds crazy to me, but that kind of the sensory of how you're holding your controller, being able to pick up your heart rate. If your heart rate starts to elevate while you're playing a game, it could affect your player in the game type shit. Haptic feedback in the triggers, so how hard you pull your triggers, which is going to be huge in Horizon Zero Dawn or any game where there's a bow and arrow in effect, because pulling back a bow and arrow and holding it, does that mean the tension in the trigger is going to adjust, and now your fingers are going to get tired playing video games? We're legit going to have finger fatigue in video games.
From early onset arthritis.
I got an tidbit. So, Astro's Playroom preloaded game. It actually has 4 levels. According to Sony, each level will focus on different gameplay mechanics that show off the feature of the new PS5 Sense controller.
Huh. That's pretty dope. That's a really good idea. I like it. That makes sense because you're going to need to have some way out the gates to show what this controller does, and why we need it. We did find out that for VR purposes, the DualShock 4 will work with your PS5 for VR. So until another VR comes out that just maximizes the DualSense, then your DualShock 4 will be usable. So
got it.
That. All right. So any other takeaways? Any other things? They did say this is the biggest generational transition in a console in history. So from the PS4 Pro to the 5 is going to be the biggest generational jump in a system, which leads me to believe this will also be the longest generation of a system we are about to see. These are going to be around for a while.
I agree.
Thoughts?
Armani?
Oh, no. I don't have any on the PlayStation.
I think it's very interesting that you say that, because I think we're living in an age where it's I don't know if it's the iPhone effect or if it's, I used to call it the 360 effect. When you got to the 360, you got to a point in technology where you didn't really need to get another generation game. So a lot of people still played Xbox 360 a lot longer than they needed to, in terms of they had to get cut off and they had to stop playing, making games for it, that you would actually go buy an Xbox, or the same way with a PS3, you had to really cut people off and make them go buy a PS. It's the same with iPhones. That's why a lot of people don't get iPhones every year, and you get an iPhone every couple of years, or you get an iPhone when your iPhone breaks. I know plenty of people with 6s and 7s and 8s, you know what I mean, that still haven't moved on because their stuff works fine. And I think we're at a point in technology where the Xbox One and the PS4, they work great. Like you said, the games, some of these games still look great on the consoles they're on right now. So it'll be interesting to see how they do the transition, because, while we're really excited, I think there's a lot of people out there that are okay with what they have right now.
Yeah.
A lot of them, you know what I mean, are okay with just having PlayStation 4 and an Xbox One that, does the trick. So I think it'll be around for a long time, because I don't think we're interested in spending too much more money on systems. I don't think you could make a system more than $500. So I don't think they're in a rush this period.
True. And these will support 8K. So while there's nothing made in 8K, and 8K TVs are not affordable at all, both these consoles will support 8K gaming when that's a thing, and 8K, I guess, streaming. I don't know about 8K DVDs.
Oh my.
But
Who needs that?
nobody, to be real with you. Like, really, I mean, again, that's so just far out. But that was the thing that always got me, is people kept wanting to have that conversation about 8K. And it's like, do you have an 8K TV? Do you know the price of an 8K TV? Like, those things are not affordable right now. 4K TVs are just becoming affordable, and we're just now really getting content even made in 4K. So we're not going to get into the 8K versus 4K debate, but Armani, what did you think overall?
Are we talking overall with the releases, or are we talking the 8K resolution?
No, we're not talking 8K no more.
Oh.
Did you have an 8K comment?
No, because I was right there with y'all. Like, I don't understand the need for it. It's like, at that point, like, what do you want? You want to be in the movie? Like,
that's what it looks like. It looks like you just stepped on it. Like, I don't even understand. Like, everything's gonna look like Gemini Man.
I did not see Gemini Man.
That you sent me.
Oh man, that's the worst movie I ever saw in life.
That sounds like a whole other podcast episode.
Really,
I'm not hate watching something if it's trash.
Armani's not watching it because I heard her say she don't like action. So that's all it is. It's good for action, but if you looking for a plot,
that ain't it. All right. Overall thoughts of the PlayStation presentation overall.
I'm looking forward to the games that we have this year. I'm not too big on game releases, I guess, but this next gen console definitely piqued my interest. That's all I really have on that.
Dexter?
I've never actually. First of all, I'm an Xbox person. However,
surprised you led with that. So.
Yeah, I was like, I'm an Xbox person because that's what I have commandeered. That's another. However, I'm an Xbox person, so I've never participated in PS5 launch reveal, if that's even what they did with the last one. However, I was actually really excited, and I'm likely gonna I'm making the switch, so that's why I guess invested in it. I thought it was dope. I think that, even the things that I didn't particularly care about, I think it was still a good look for PlayStation and how I thought the presentation.
Okay. Well, my very biased opinion is it was well done. Definitely worth the wait. I think that's how you do a reveal. Like, if you're going to, because we made multiple comments about, we're not going to play this, or who is this for? But in the reality, they just put out 25 games where there's something for everybody in that package. So there's not a single person who's going to look at a PS5 and be like, I'm not sure I don't want to play. Like, there's nothing they said. Plus the fact you can still play your PS4 games. So on that note, that's a podcast.
Hey, that's a podcast.
Yes, it is. So make sure to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, follow us on the social medias. You know where those are. Those were in the commercial. And until next time, take care of yourselves and be good to each other.